Welcome back, everyone, to the Creator Spotlight here on Fightful Overbooked. I'm Jeremy Lambert, and next to me, a man who has been on the Spotlight many a times. He is going to be competing this weekend, the JCW, GCW J Cup on Fight TV. He's in a first-round matchup, a scramble matchup. For some reason, he gets put in a scramble matchup against Marcus Mathers, Dante Leon, Dylan McKay, Jack Cartwheel, and Yoya. He is the king of Wreck Shit Mountain. I apologize that my intro is not as good as my partner, Steven Jensen, but you know him, you'll love him. Cole Radrick is here. How you doing, Cole?
Dude, what is up, bro? How we doing, man? Yeah, Jersey J Cup is this Saturday. First show starting at 2, starting in a scramble. To be fair, scrambles is how I got into GCW, so scrambles going on to start the path of me winning the Jersey J Cup.
You're a big enough name where you should just have a first round match like everybody else. Why do you have to go in a scramble?
I do have a first round match. It's a scramble match. But here's the thing: is I'm the king of Wreck Shit Mountain. What I do better than anybody else is use another motherfucker to hit another motherfucker, and I'm gonna win the whole damn thing. Just doing that, doing exactly that.
How do you feel about tournaments in general? Because you could wrestle up to 4 or 5 matches on Saturday, and you were in a scramble. You don't have a one-on-one thing. You got to be watching your back from all angles here. But just tournaments in general, how do you feel about them?
Honestly, I love them. They present such a challenge to where, when you're doing them, like you don't know who your next opponent is, so you only have a few minutes to prepare before you wrestle your opponent. And so now everything's on a whim, and everything's kind of has to come more natural to you. Everything has to actually come from almost instinct. I love tournaments. I love winning them. So, you know what I mean? Like, just to say went out there, I won 3, 4, 5 matches in a row and I became the top guy that day. Like, that's the shit I wrestle for.
I mean, this is a stacked tournament as well. It's drawn comparisons to PWG, to Bola. You've got Jonathan Gresham, Mike Bailey, Alex Shelley, Joey Janela, Leo Rush, like some of the top names in independent wrestling. Like, how do you feel being included amongst these names?
Hey, it's awesome. I feel like this tournament is stacked because absolutely anybody could win it. You know what I mean? There's, like you said, Leo Rush, you got Alex Shelley, you got Joey Janela, you have all these different people. But best believe Saturday, I'm going in to win that motherfucker. Like, I don't care what your name is. I don't listen, you might be bigger or tougher or stronger than me, but I'm still one bad day in the office for anybody that steps in the ring with me. So this Saturday, it's going to be a point to prove, I think.
You are a guy that is certainly not going to quit, not going to slow down. I look forward to the tournament in general, but I look forward to the scramble match with you. And I will be, all bias aside, I'll be rooting for you. I gotta say it. I will be rooting for you.
Let's go.
It's been a minute since we have talked, but since we have talked, you wrestled Nick Gage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Match. How is that? You're alive. You live to tell the story. But what was it like facing Nick Gage?
So I had a realization the second his music hit. Because ever since Backyard happened, right? Me and him exchanged punches back and forth. The people that were there were very invested in it. Kind of Twitter kind of went wild with it for a second. So I knew at some point the Nick Gage match was going to happen. But when I was in the ring and then his music hit, I was like, shit, okay, this match is happening right now. All right, let's go. And it was just cool, man. That's an OG from back in the day, an OG in the deathmatch game, an OG. And the outlaw type of wrestling, but it was just such a cool opportunity to experience, just to wrestle him, have a crowd in St. Louis that was up for it, and they were excited, they were fired up. So it was a lot of fun. Wish I would have won. Obviously, GCW World Champ Cole Radrick has a nice little ring to it, if you ask me. But it is what it is,
When is the rematch happening with Gage? We got big GCW Collective coming up. A lot of shows going down that weekend. You think Gage will give you another shot?
We'll see what I say after I win the Jersey J Cup. How about that? Because I feel like when I win that thing, I might grab that microphone and let a couple things fly.
What are your plans for the collective and just WrestleMania weekend in general? It's obviously the biggest weekend of the year for independent wrestling. A lot of shows, a lot of dream matches, a lot of names out there. You got your eye on any show or any opponent? Call somebody out here.
So I would say the goal for Mania Week this year is not necessarily to wrestle as many matches as I can, but to wrestle as many meaningful matches as I can. Every match I want to go out there to do is something to prove, something to show that over this past year, like I really feel like I've grown as a professional wrestler. And this year, I'm going to show everybody how I've grown as a professional wrestler. And it just starts, it always starts with the next week ahead. And, like I said, this weekend is the J Cup, and that's going to lead to LA, and that's going to lead to going back over to England. And then whenever I come for the LA show, it is going to be the absolute best version of Cole Radrick. There's a couple things in the works that, I can't necessarily talk about, but I will be on a couple shows. The idea you asked about, like, I would like to wrestle Jordan Oliver at some point, Media Week.
Okay.
Honestly. So me and Jordan Oliver have had matches in Chicago. We've had a match in New Jersey. It's time to hit. We hit the right side of the states. We hit the left, the middle. Got to hit the left side. So that's a match I always enjoy having. Jordan Oliver's like a really, really good friend of mine, but I feel like in the ring, iron sharp as iron, and that guy pushes me like no other. So if I had to call somebody out, it would be him. But that's also because, I love wrestling Jordan Oliver, and it's a real challenge for me.
Do you hit him harder than you hit some other opponents? They always say, a lot of wrestlers will say that, like, you hit your friends the hardest. So you lay it in a little bit more with Jordan?
At times, yeah. There's definitely times where he chops me. I'm just like, cool, bro, cool. All right. So that's what we're doing. But no, anytime me and Jordan get to wrestle, it's a lot of fun. I always walk away feeling like, hell yeah.
Talk to me about your experience in Japan. I've been interviewing a lot of people this week, and a lot of them have traveled over to Japan. I don't think we've ever talked about like what was like going over to Japan and doing some GCW shows over there, but just the experience and the culture difference over there.
Dude, it was so insane. Just like the respect that the fans have for the wrestlers and the way they like are so nice and they're just so approachable. Like literally, like every fan that was there would come up to our merch tables and tell all of us, like, thank you for coming to Japan. And I'm over here like, dude, I'm a dumb Spencer redneck. Like, thank you for having me here. Like, what do you mean? So I was just like very taken aback by the kindness of everybody there. They brought gifts. Like I got like a custom poster of like all of my matches from Japan with like photos on it. Some fans gave me gifts to give to my cats. Like that was so cool. Getting to wrestle like Rina Yamashita and to wrestle in Korakuen Hall. It was just such like a cool experience, and I absolutely cannot wait to go back. Like I'm very thankful for GCW for including me and taking me over there. Just one of those things where it's like once in a lifetime,
Did you go to Ribera?
Yeah, we went to Ribera.
Okay. Do you want to bury their steaks?
So here's the thing: is in real life, like in my daily United States American life, I'm not a big steak guy. So any steak I ate, it was like, okay, this is just steak. But I've kind of fucked with the corn that they had. They had little like side plates of corn. I have no complaints about the steak at all. That's what I'm saying. No complaints about the steak. I didn't eat it and was like, damn, this is weird. Like it was good. Like I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I don't know what
was it the best steak you had in Japan? If you had another steak in Japan?
Again, I eat steak like once every 6 months. I'm a big like I'll eat like grilled chicken. Like that's kind of like my dietary stuff. Probably should eat more red meat, to be fair. Something we can look at. But we had like we ate at this like Western type steakhouse, and then we ate at Ribera, and that was the only two steaks I had. And They were both pretty good, so I can't really say if it was like, okay, yeah, it was probably the best, just because I could like look at photos of like Big Van Vader and John Cena and like all these people in Ribera. I would actually say Ribera's probably the better one.
Ribera is the
they were great.
wrestling. Ribera's the wrestling lore. Like that's where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
this is the place to be. But everyone says like they might not have the best stakes, but they got the wrestling atmosphere there.
Yeah, and it was like everywhere there was like just plastered photos of like all these wrestlers, and it was like, oh, this is fucking kind of cool. Like, wait, Vader has like 12 photos? What? Okay, like, you know what I mean? Another thing I thoroughly enjoyed about Japan is like there were like several like small like several stores that were just strictly wrestling based. So like I went in there and it was like Japanese wrestling and like maybe some odd like WCW figures or WWF figures and like posters, DVDs, ring worn gear, like old merch that they would have. So just to go over there and see all that was super cool. And then one of them had like a full like MMA section. And I was like, huh, here goes all my money. I was like, all right.
What was the coolest thing you got from there?
The coolest thing I got was there was a mini Fedor like figurine.
Oh, nice.
And I'm a big Fedor guy who just had his retirement fight on Saturday. So I'm a big Fedor guy. So I got a Fedor and then I got a Misawa figurine. Those two are like they're downstairs in my like little window cave chilling.
I can't believe they had Fedor fight again. That man did not need to fight again. We all knew how it was going to go.
Give him a can. Give him a trash can.
Yeah, exactly. Let him go out with a nice victory.
Like Ryan Bader's is tough.
And Bader already beat him once. Like, why did we need to do that fight again?
We didn't need to.
It was sad. That's the sad thing about MMA is these guys they fight for too long, and because it is not a sport like professional wrestling, we're about to see. We just saw Great Muta have his retirement match as Great Muta, and now we'll see Keiji Muto have his retirement match. It's not predetermined, not pre-planned, and everything. Like they go out there and they unfortunately 9 out of 10 times just get their head knocked off, and it's very sad to watch.
Yeah,
your favorites growing up go out that way.
God, I do not want to watch Max Holloway fight ever again.
Oh, he's
not Max Holloway,
isn't he?
Not Max Holloway. Sorry, Tony Ferguson.
Oh yeah, he definitely does not need to fight.
Yeah, no, sorry. Max Holloway's okay. He's really only lost to Volkanovski and Poirier lately, right? Poirier's the one that outstruck him at 155.
I think Max lost his last fight? Oh, I'm very curious. I don't keep up with it as much as I used to. He's fighting again very soon. I do know that much. But I know Max. Yeah, Volkanovski. He's been. That was his last fight actually. So he did technically lose his last fight. That was in July. He didn't look great in that fight compared to the previous fights against Volkanovski. But yeah, three straight losses against Volkanovski. But Max is still really good. Yeah. I mean, Connor's coming back. Are you excited about his return against Michael Chandler?
It presents him with the most opportunity to win against the highest skilled of opponent. Like, I don't think Chandler is going to try to out wrestle Connor. I think Chandler is very okay with standing up with Connor, and I think Chandler can handle his own. A lot of Chandler's shots are, short, powerful shots. He has a good long right hand. But Connor fights that southpaw, you know what I mean? So step back, left hand punch, a la Jose Aldo. It's going to be interesting, man. Honestly, I want to see how I'm excited to see how Connor comes back, what shape he's in. It's at 155, so he has to cut weight. He has to make that weight. I think his last fight with Poirier was 170, or maybe it was 155, and the one before that was 170. But
I think that's right.
But I'm interested in seeing how Connor prepares and how legitimately focused he is. Like when he fought Cowboy Cerrone, Connor was locked in. You know what I mean? When he had a game plan with the shoulder bumps and everything, just messed up Cerrone's face. But I think if Chandler makes a fight long, it favors Chandler for sure.
Just from what we've seen of Connor, these last two fights, not great. And I mean, the last one, you can what can you do? Kind of a freak accident there, but neither fight against Poirier, he didn't look too great. And
No,
it's been this injury too. That was a brutal injury to come off of. So it'll be interesting for sure. I want to ask you about battle rap. I did not realize you were a battle rap fan until
yes, sir.
You tweeted a Shoddy Horror graphic, and I was like, wait a second, Cole Radrick, battle rap fan.
Yeah,
Tell me more about this. Like, who are some of your favorite battlers? Some of your favorite battles?
So I've been a battle rap fan probably for my senior year, probably my sophomore year of high school. I really got into Pat Stay, Roan. The main thing I saw was Roan did a bar versus Big T in his third, and I was talking about Big T's weight, and he's like dissing him, but he's also like, hey man, like the battle rap community loves you. You're kind of like getting even, bigger and bigger, and we're worried about your health and long-term health, and you have a kid and all these things. But in the verses of these like bars, he's like dissing him like brutally, and the crowd is just like, what the fuck? But like it's all meaningful. And I was like, yo, like what? So then I got into, like Pat Stay and Sharon and Roan and Hollowhand and Sue Surf, Tay Rock, Shotgun Shug, you name it. Like, RIP Pat Stay, Sucker Free Boss. He has a tribute show coming up on King of the Dot, so check them out. Like, for real.
I'm looking forward to that.
So Roan versus Dumbfounded is going to be insane. Roan making his return to battle rap. People who don't know, Roan is like a legend in the battle rap. Went over to Barstool Sports. Doesn't really rap anymore. Came back once against Sharon lately. But yeah, man, I love battle rap. Sue Surf versus Hitman Holla, classic from URL. Pat Stay versus Sharon for the King of the Dot chain. Big K versus Adi. I think it's Adi Boom or something. I can't think of the name, but it's Big K literally showed papers in his first round proving that Adi was a snitch in court. And he's like, it was just an insane, like, first round burial where, like, watching it on YouTube is perfect because, like, you actually understand, like, what Big K is doing, but the crowd is so, like, they're trying to root for Adi and they're, like, not trying to understand what's going on. But, like, it was a huge, like, first round massacre.
I mean, SoulCon did that against somebody. I can't remember who it was, but that was a big thing. Maybe it was like QP. Is that who he battled? Where he had the papers? He pulled out the papers.
Actually, yeah, I think maybe. Also, one of my favorite battlers of all time, first real, and we mentioned him earlier, Shoddy Horror. That dude is so fucking awesome. In real life, he's awesome. Him behind a microphone battle rapping is awesome. Like, that dude is fucking cool. Like,
him and Arsenal is one of my favorite battles. Like that's a great battle. Shoddy's teased like doing wrestling stuff, and I'm waiting for him.
He's doing stuff. Soft Pro. Yeah, Soft Pro over in England. They're on, I think they just had their second or third show. Dude, this fucking awesome. If you check it out, SOVPRO or at SOVPRO, dude, they do a lot of cool stuff. Like, they have some really nice crowds. Like, Shoddy Horror's running it. I'm trying to get Shoddy Horror to, like, I was like, come on, dude, let's do a wrestling battle rap show. Like, come on. So that's my boy right there. Soft Pro, Shoddy Horror.
See, I would love to something like that. I clearly got to keep up with it more over there with Shoddy. But I saw him. It was like years ago that he was like teasing the wrestling stuff. I was like, please do this, because battle rap and wrestling. I used to do a battle rap podcast when we'd have people on. We had like Danny Myers rap. Thesaurus was on our show. Ilmac was on our show, and they would just battle each other on the show, and it was so much fun. So I got to contact Shoddy.
Hey, dude. I'm just saying, it's so cool. Like, there's so many battle rap fans that are pro wrestling fans,
Yeah.
and like people don't like get it, and it's like it's just about having a wild time. You know what I mean? Like that's all it is, most times at least.
And it's, you know, there's obviously a lot of respect between them too. Like pro wrestling, it's like you go in there, you try to beat each other, you try to not hurt your opponent, but you know what I mean, physically hurt your opponent to win the match and everything. But at the end of the day, you still trust that person putting their body in your hands and everything to go out there and try to have the best match possible. And then you shake hands backstage and everything, and it's about respect. Very similar in battle rap. It's like, all right, say what you need to say, get it out there. But most of the time, you dap up afterwards and you move on. You have a beer. Sometimes they're Math Hoffa they'll punch, and it doesn't always end in the best way possible.
Or Sharon gets slapped.
Yes. Oh, so I saw Sharon's battling Hollowed It On at the Pat Stay show. Yep. That's my favorite battle rap.
That's just I think that's the second announced one, and Sharon.
Yeah.
And then Ronan dumbfounded. I think somebody said Big K might be on it. Maybe, I don't know. Don't hold me to it. But it's a 2-day event, so I expect that whenever they drop the full card, like bro, who like Pat Stay was like the guy of battle rap.
Yeah,
like his death was felt by everybody. You know what I mean? Like
Corey
I remember
Graves mentioned it on WWE TV. Like Corey Graves brought up Pat Stay.
Bro, it was literally like we were in Chicago for a GCW weekend, and I literally just remember I got to the venue and I did not check my phone. I was just kind of tired, exhausted. And Emil's like, "Bro, did you see?" And I was like, "What?" And he goes like, "Pat died." And I was like, "What?" Like trying to think of any wrestler like named Pat. And he's like, "No, Pat Stay died." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And it like killed my mood for the rest of the day. I never met that guy, but I've only seen like his battle raps or his funny battles or compliment battles. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I was like, damn. And it was like, then we went to England, and me and Emma are talking to Shoddy Horror about, and Shoddy's telling all these stories about him and Pat Stay, and like, cause Shoddy battled Pat Stay in a 1-rounder like years ago. Maybe it was a 1-rounder, maybe it was like minute rounds. Can't remember. It was a short battle though.
I think it was a 1-rounder. I feel like they did a rematch that was like minute rounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know they have battled. I do think it was a 1-rounder though. I think you're right on that. But yeah, it was definitely felt like I said, like Corey Graves was mentioned, and I would not take Corey Graves to be like, let me throw out a Pat Stay bar after his death. So yeah, it was definitely felt. I remember seeing that. I was like, oh man. And I haven't kept up with battle rap as much over the years, but Pat Stay was that dude. Just how smooth he was. He was so good.
He can moonwalk with steel shoes on.
He was tremendous. I have a write-in question here from an S. Jensen who would like to know. I don't know who that is, but maybe you've heard of him. He would like to know, who do you think the Colts head coach and quarterback will be this season?
If we get Derek Carr, so help me Jesus Christ. I'm gonna go with the cop-out answer that Jim Irsay is gonna go against everything and go with Jeff Saturday.
Saturday's gonna remain the coach. Oh, that's a choice.
Do I think it's the absolute worst idea? No. I mean, we could always hire Urban Meyer. That's a lot worse. Right? I would say Jeff Saturday either remains a coach or remains like an assistant, or like, so whoever if Jeff Saturday remains a coach, this is what I'm going to predict. If Jeff Saturday remains a coach, they're going to hire an offensive coordinator that they think would be fit to take over as the head coach if Jeff Saturday, flunders and goes 0-6 or 0-5, whatever. Me personally, I think Jeff Saturday is a great team motivator. Does that make him a great NFL head coach? Who knows? Time will tell. But one of the main things about building an NFL team is culture. Jeff Saturday's been in that building with Peyton Manning, with Reggie Wayne, with Marvin Harrison, with guys like Dallas Clark, great defensive guys like Okariki and Ron Mathis and there's so many other Colts, like he understands what makes the team good, on both ends of the balls, from maybe a mental. But dear God, I just hope it works out for fuck's sake. I'm dying here. I'm fighting with myself to like come up with like reasonable things of why it's a good idea, and I don't know. Colts are going to trade up to get C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young.
You think
I
so?
I feel like Chris Ballard is feeling a little bit of heat on his ass. I think his seat's getting a little warm. I think he understands that the past 2 years or 3 years of the Phillip Rivers, the Carson Wentz, and now the Matt Ryan, it's 3 bad years. I mean, we went to the playoffs with Phillip Rivers. I think we went to the playoffs. I'm pretty sure we got to the wild card. Like with Phillip fucking Rivers. And then we bring in Carson Wentz and we completely lose to Clowntown Jacksonville Jaguars.
They were good this year.
This year. Sorry, we should have beat them when they had Urban Meyer for most of the year, okay? So, and then we have the experiment, which was Matt Ryan, and he had ice in his shoes because the guy couldn't throw a ball more than fucking 15 yards. He had 2 really good rushes this year. I mean, hats off to Matt Ryan for that. We should have started Sam Ellinger after week 3 and just kept the guy in the fucking spot. That's just me, whatever. It's not like Sam Ellinger, almost won his first game besides Jeff Saturday decisions. So we're going to keep Jeff Saturday as head coach. We're going to trade him to get Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. Would not be upset about Stetson Bennett, honestly. They say Stetson Bennett's going to fall. But I think Stetson, even though he's, older, he's like literally the same age as Lamar Jackson.
He's like 35, isn't he?
25, motherfucker. Listen. Take it easy. Here's the other thing, right? So if we say we trade with Washington and we get Taylor Heineke, right? Because
don't do that.
No. You listen to me now, okay? We're here, baby. Say Taylor Heineke's proven he could win, but what's the one thing that's happened? He doesn't have an organization that believes in him. Fuck, he won for half the year and they replaced him with Carson Wentz. He was injured for a weekend, but when he came back, Carson was still the starter for another 2 weeks. Imagine if he gets a coach that's like all in on him and gives him the backing and the confidence. Like the guy could prove he can win NFL games against pretty decent teams. Just a thought process. Or Aaron Rodgers to the Indianapolis Colts.
I mean, my team is going with, your former head coach. Frank Reich just got hired by the Panthers not too long ago. So we'll see how that works out for us.
It depends. Who are you guys going to have as QB?
Oh, we have no idea. I think we're going to look kind of similar to the Colts, is trading up to get one of the quarterbacks. I hope somebody falls because we're 9th right now in the draft.
Hey, Will Levis will be a great quarterback for you guys, okay?
See, everyone says he's not good. I don't believe you.
Yeah, and they kept saying the Colts are going to fucking take him. So Carolina can trade up and take him.
Nah, I want CJ Stroud. If they could somehow get CJ, I'd be happy with that. I don't know. I don't think he's fallen to 9, but
he's going to the Indianapolis Colts at 1 when we trade up to get him.
Last one before I let you go. I got to ask about this because I messaged you about this the other day, and now I'm putting this on record. When is the second SpongeBob show happening? I'm going to manifest this. I'm going to bully you into this because I want to be part of it is the main reason for doing this. I'll help you run it, Cole. Come on. We can do this together.
Listen. Pro Wrestling returns to Spencer, Indiana, Friday, April 28th. Start time, 7:30. Going to have a lot of badass talents on this show. Break some news. Billy Starks will be one of the featured wrestlers there. So that's probably going to be the first announcement of who people that might be there or who are going to be there. SpongeBob tournament, the Smitty Werben Jagerman Jensen Memorial Cup. If this show knocks it out of the park or even does good, this show is going to be badass, right? No doubts about it. Already getting hit up for tickets, so it's pretty cool. We're literally 2 months away from it. If this show goes well, I can probably be talked into running another Smitty Werben Jagerman Jensen Cup. It was a lot of fun. The first one is the most successful show I've ran. I don't want to do it unless it's right, and I've been bothered enough about it that I'm like, okay, sweet. The demand is back. There's people wanting to see it, wanting to do it. My thing is I want people to, if we run it again, I want it to be like a big thing where people want to come to it, you know?
Right.
So that is the other thing that is very important to me. We'll just see what 2023 brings.
I'm rooting for this. Is the only thing I want in 2023. I want this SpongeBob tournament. I do want a podcast with Brian Danielson. That's my other goal, but I want this tournament to happen because this is
Is there an opportunity for a Fightful sponsorship? I'm kidding. I'm
mean,
not
I
doing
can,
that for you.
I know people. No, I know people. Let me talk to some people. Can make something happen here. Because
people
above me have money. I don't have any money, but people above me have money.
Me too, brother. Me too. No, there is a good opportunity the second Smitty happens in 2023.
Nice. I will be there. I don't care where it's at. If it is in Indiana, that's even better because that's close to me. But I don't care where it's at. I'm traveling for it.
It will definitely be in Indiana.
Okay.
It will definitely be in Indiana. If I run a second SpongeBob show, part of me wants to run it in Bloomington. There's another company that runs shows in Bloomington, though, that are good friends of mine. So I don't want to step on toes in that sense. But the ideal spot for me would be to run it in Bloomington, personally. So it's just kind of like that. I love running shows in Spencer, my hometown. I want it to be as easily accessible as possible.
I'm going to continue to badger you about this because I want to see it, and I hope I'm going to get everybody to badger you about this. This is all I want, Cole.
People are already People are. There's. You don't have to add in. There's Adam Slade and Sean Kemp and Chase Holiday and Mouse and Rebecca and Billy and my lovely girlfriend. Like, they're all asking me when the next Smitty is, and I'm like, it has to be right, and I just haven't felt it. Now it's like when I do it, it has to blow the first one out of the water. It has to, in my mind. You know what I mean? And I think that if we were to run the second Smitty, there's a good chance of it. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm so excited. You let me know who you want me to dress up as, any character, whether it's, a SpongeBob or a Flats. I don't care. I'll show up as anybody. Doesn't matter to me. And if I need to get punched, that's fine. If I'm just going to be there in the crowd, that's fine. I will be there, though. I will 100% be there.
Absolutely. Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely, it's a thought that hasn't turned in my head for a long time that is now starting to, all right, what would it be? What does it look like? Who? So it's definitely something that's probably going to happen sooner rather than later. But
see, I'm gonna write an article on just this SpongeBob conversation to give it more buzz and more boost. Nick, did you see the numbers the Sonic Nick Gage posted? People were very mad of like, oh, how is Nick Gage going to Sonic news? People are going to be even more mad about how is a SpongeBob tournament news? It's news because it's awesome. That's why it's news.
Just put the headline as pressure begins to build on Cole Radrick to run the second annual Smitty Werben Jagerman Jensen tournament, the greatest SpongeBob wrestling themed tournament of all time. And then people will even hate me more. And I really appreciate it.
No, you are the best. I love you. I appreciate you doing this. Do what you want. I will say as much as I'm giving you shit with everything now.
Now,
If
I
you're
do
not
want
feeling
that
it,
SpongeBob article, though. I think
I'm writing it. Oh, I'm 100% writing it. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Joey Janela, I just talked to him and he's like, I don't know if you can get an article out of this interview we just did. Janela gives me good stuff, but he's like, I don't know if you can get an article out of this. I was like, Joey, I wrote the Nick Gage Sonic headline that people were mad at. Like, I can get an article out of anything.
Out of anything.
Like,
absolutely.
Yeah, don't worry about it. So the SpongeBob.
That's what I do, bro.
This is the lead headline. This is the lead thing right here. Cole, I appreciate it, man. Let everybody know where they can find you at on social media and any upcoming dates you got, including the J Cup this weekend.
Well, could you hit me with a wide angle shot real quick?
Oh, I'll give you the full screen. Hold on. Let me remove.
So,
myself.
ladies and gentlemen, I am currently located in Rec Twitch Mount, so you can find me almost daily at twitch.tv/RaddyDaddy number 4 ever. I stream almost daily racing, Warzone, Rocket League, Fall Guys, Madden, anything like that. You can find me at Twitter on Twitter at Cole Radrick, ColeRadrick. Same thing for Instagram, and please don't try to find me on Facebook.
We gotta get on Twitch together and play some games. We get the Fightful Twitch. I mainly just play old school wrestling games. So
I'm down to play whatever. We should do something like that. Maybe play a little bit of Madden or something like that, and then we can discuss terms and conditions about how such SpongeBob tournament might get pulled off against my will.
We can do this. We'll set this up. We'll definitely set this up. Cole, thank you again for joining me today. Guys, Cole will be in action at the Jersey J Cup, JCW, GCW Jersey J Cup. It is Saturday, February 11th. It is on Fight Plus, so everyone can check that out. He is in the first round scramble match against Marcus Mathers, Dante Leone, Dylan McKay, Jack Cartwheel, and Yoya. Everyone go subscribe to Fight Plus. Go check it out. Go support JCW and GCW and all the cool stuff they're doing. Go support Cole Radrick and tell him you want the SpongeBob tournament to return. Thank you, Cole. I appreciate you, buddy.
I appreciate you.
No, go ahead.
I'm a goofy goober.
We're all goofy goobers. Cole.
Here's the thing. So the first SpongeBob show, we had first round matches and we had the Bikini Bottom street fight. Now I want to have the Super Weenie Hut Jr. Battle Royal, but I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to find enough Super Weenie Hut Juniors around. You know what I mean?
Somebody toss me over the top rope. I'll take a bump. But I'm good. Whatever you need from me, leading up, during, after, I'm there. This is all I want, Cole. SpongeBob and wrestling, I live for stuff like this. This is all I want.
Hell yeah, man. And like I said, probably sooner rather than later. We'll see if the interest builds and people want to go and want to show up to Spencer, Indiana or into Bloomington, Indiana. If that is a legitimate interest, you never know what might happen.
Going to happen. We're going to manifest this for 2023. Cole, thank you again for joining me. Guys, thank you for watching.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting everything on Fightful Overbooked, and we will